Hello and welcome to Paper Plays Julie K.
Welcome everyone, and thank you so much for stopping by. Today I have another quick project to share with you guys for Christmas. I do love creating ornaments, and I decided to create a couple more ornaments. These ones are doily based ornaments with laces and trims on them. And they're very similar but also different. This one I did start off with two doilies, and then in the middle of it, just to add some stability, you can see I added a piece of felt in the middle of this one. And also on the back side, to make it pretty, I put this little doily cutout that I gotten, and I think this one I've received a long time ago from Angel Dreams Crafts Kim. It was part of a design team package, and I used a few of them, but I had a couple left, and I thought that made a really nice backing for my ornament. And then I've also put a little bling in the middle. This one has some rhinestones and a pearl, and that one also came from Angel Dreams Crafts Kim on Etsy. And so that was my back side. And then on the front side, I did choose an image. It's a digital image, and I will leave that company that I purchased these from below in the description box. I like this one because it's a little bit shabby chic, but it also has a little bit of a vintage feel to it. This one has reindeer on it. And I did layer that on top of a piece of felt, and I cut it out. And then, but on the back side of it, I had this really nice trim. And I picked this up, I think it was from a craft store when I was in Florida, a little small stamp store, and I don't know the name of it, but I fell in love with it, and it's been in my stash for a while, and I finally decided to use it on a couple of projects, and I used it up. I wish I could find another company that had it, but it's a really pretty pink. And so anyways, I did layer that up behind the image, and then on top of it I had this cute little bow. Again, this little bling piece was left over from a design team package from Kim's shop. And at the bottom I did layer up a couple of dangles. I had this really nice pink dangle right here that I added, and I'm not quite sure where I got this one from. Might have come from the thrift store. And then again, another piece from a past design team project from Kim's store. And I will link Kim's shop in the description box below. If you guys haven't checked it out, it's Angel Dreams Crafts Kim on Etsy. And then again, on top of this one, I had this little piece left over, and it was part of an applique. And that also came from Kim's shop. And then on top of it, I had this flower, and this little dangle was part of the flower right here. And I actually received this from Ivy Ling here on YouTube, and it was in some Happy Mail or a swap or something that we did that I got from her. And so I used that kind of as my main piece. And then on the sides, I layered some different rosette trim that I had cut up from a trim. And then I also had some ribbon roses that were kind of in a pink, in two different pink colors that I added to it. So I really love how that one turned out. It's really pretty. And this one's very similar, just different doilies and some different trims. But on the back side of this one, you can see that this one was actually a flower that was made from doilies. And someone had gifted this to me, and I don't remember who. And she had a different center on it. And when I had asked her about the flower, or the doily flower at the time, I can't remember, she had said that someone else had gifted it to her. So, and it was a swap, and it was from a long time ago. I can't remember who it was, but I can just remember the conversation I had, because I had been curious how they put the flower together. But they cut the doily and folded it to make kind of like a flower. And so I decided to use that as my base because it was so pretty on this side. If I just layered something, again, I was thinking if this hangs on a tree, both sides are going to be equally beautiful. Where this one's a little bit more clean and simple, and this one has a little bit more going on. And so then to finish this front off, I did take off the other center, which was kind of a button thing that person had. And I went ahead and added this applique. It was a 2-layer applique with the beautiful pearls in the middle of it. And so I added that. And then again, on the front side of this, again, I used this little gathered trim with the image underneath it. And again, I created it the exact same way as I did with this, with some foam underneath, or felt underneath it. And I layered pearls over it on this one. And at the bottom of this one, I had this little ribbon roses that already had the little bow attached to it and the 3 pearl dangles on it. And this one, my mom's neighbor Joanne had gifted me a whole bunch of craft supplies, and this was one of the things in that box that she gifted me. And underneath this one, I have again another little trim that was left over from a past project, and this one I went ahead and added the flat back pearls to it just to give it a little bit more detail. And behind here I had 2 more layers of dangle trims, and both of these came from Angel Dreams Crafts Kim from past design team projects. This one's one of my favorite ones. It has the little leaves on it, and then this one was kind of reminding me a little bit more of a boho type dangle trim on that one. And so again, I just was using up bits and pieces from my stash. But I do love how these ornaments turned out. And again, there's an up close look of those. So hopefully I inspired you a little bit to create some Christmas ornaments this holiday season. And hopefully you guys are all doing well. Thank you so much for watching. And until next time, I hope you have a wonderful day and happy crafting.